Hey everybody. So I want to give a preview of some of the technical report stuff that's coming up this week. There's definitely some tricky stuff that in the past I've had students really struggle with. So some to the point where like they need help. I can't even make it through this week. Like I have no idea how to do this. So I really still am feeling a little bit of anxiety about like I know that I'm going to say stuff in this video that some people in the class, if they heard it, would be able to avoid mistakes that they're just going to lose points from because they're not watching this video right now. And so I really want to give a shout out to Cade and Teresa and Tadeo for um, reaching out and kind of addressing the 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 heartfelt perspective video. You guys are you're on my if there's a naughty nice list, you're on my nice list for sure. So um, anyway, so let me get into this. Week 8, the survey methods, data tables, and the introductions and methods. Okay, all of these are like individual sections of the technical report. So you're just writing like part 1 of 5. And then for the final thing, you're putting all of these together in a single essay. You can submit the whole essay if you want. You can submit just this section. It doesn't really matter. Introduction is not an abstract. It is an actual introduction. So if you're going to have an abstract, but also have an introduction that is a more thorough, complete, research-driven piece of writing. So abstract, not introduction. I've had a lot of students make that mistake. Okay, data tables. Let me show you how this can work. So I got this from, okay, I don't like making leaps without explaining how things are done. So I clicked on this link, which brought me to here, and then I downloaded right here the data tables. There's a video about this. I just want to, in person clarify some stuff. So, whoa, there's so much material here. It's like, oh goodness, this is overwhelming, right? This is just completely, what do you do with all of this? Okay, so let me break this down. You are taking this information, you're going to find some aspects. There's too much for you to handle everything. And not all of it is really that useful. You're going to find something that is interesting. You're going to say, whoa, look at the difference between students who did the survey who were on a separate kind of pre-survey thing. Turned out that they were high wellness, like they are healthier students. And here is how they responded to the question, how often do you go to parties and social affairs? Never, a few times a year, once or twice, blah, 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 blah. We got all this. Wow, look at how 7.8 never go, but they have high wellness. And then students that have low wellness, whoa, 19% never go. And like, wow, you could probably be like, look at how important social events are for student wellness. This is a little bit fuzzy. Like, we're not asking you to get really like professional level. There's a little bit of causation versus like correlation issues here where, technically, yeah, you can't really say, oh, well, this means that the parties and social affairs caused the wellness. It's like that's a correlation that you're turning into a causation. Whatever. For this essay, we're fine with that. We want you to just be able to use the information in a way that is productive. So you can go through, you can have that be those two boxes be, the backbone of your report. And then you'll support it with some other things. You don't want to just have one, you want to have multiple, but we're going for laser focused. I've had students have like graphs upon graphs upon graphs. They try to get all of this stuffed into their essay. It's not going to work. And it's just too much. You want to focus because you can really do a lot with this. You can say, I recommend having more social parties, parties and social affairs because of this piece of information, rather than just overview with no recommendation. You want to have recommendation be the main point of your essay. We're all working, everything in your essay is working towards what is the takeaway, why should they care, what is the recommendation based on this information. A few pointers. A lot of times I have students put the total and the high, the medium, and the low as if they're four equal things. And that throws off the graph majorly because the total is all of them together. So that's like a huge thing on the graph. And then everything else is just doot, doot, doot. So it just looks like, whoa, like the high, that's tiny. Well, so is the low. Everything is small besides the total. Don't include the total on the graph. And everything else will jump up to be more clear what you mean by it. You don't even need to include the medium stuff. If that's not helpful, don't feel like you have to include it just because it's information that's there. You may be like, how do I even do this graph? Check out instructional videos, but let me show you something. I use Word more than Google Docs, but I'm like, could I figure this out on Google Docs if I had to? And I know a lot of my students actually use Google Docs, so that's why I'm going to pull this up because I suspect that you guys fit into that category as well. I started a new document. I did insert, chart. I think the column lends itself to this a little bit better than other ones. I clicked on the chart, went to this, did open source, and it pulled up another thing that had an Excel sheet on here. Maybe. Why is it not showing? Got it. I got it. Why is it not showing? I swear I did not do this last time. Come on. Oh, that's why. Okay. I hadn't scrolled up. Okay. And I'm not editing this video out because those kind of mistakes, problem solving with technology is something that you need to be comfortable with because, gosh, there are so many times where it's like, I know I can get this to work. I know this can work how I want it to. And it's just a matter of like, I've got to go through, I got to do this. Before I do that, I have to do this. And, figuring it out is a good skill to have. Okay. So I'm going to change this from period 1 to high wellness. Period 2 is going to be low wellness. Team 1 is going to be not ever, or whatever that is. Number 2 is going to be rarely, plug the numbers in. I've got a nice looking graph there. Same thing could happen in Word, just plugging things in, making sure they fit. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of how to deal with the data tables, introductions, methods, and let's see, I think that's all I really wanted to say. Results and discussion. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to be doing this week that's going to be central, but like each one is just a piece of the puzzle. So just focus on one at a time and you'll have a long, sharp looking draft. Oh, one more thing. Okay, two more things for rewards for sticking through this whole thing. Another mistake students often make is not using the template that they provide. You can just like put this into a Word document and it won't look as sharp. Use a template of some sort that they provide or whatever, preferably the one that they provide. And things will look better. It'll be sharper. You'll have to replace the information that does not is just gibberish. It's actually Latin, but it's gibberish. But it will be fine. Okay, last thing. So I just wanted to share. My family and I have been working on making a chicken coop, and we finally are far enough on it that we felt good about getting chickens yesterday. So here is a baby chicken that is currently in my garage, waiting for me to come and clean out its thing and give it more food. Here are my kids, two of my kids, holding this chicken right there. So fun. If you ever have the opportunity to get chickens, it's been really cool so far. So, all right. Talk to you guys later. Have fun.